cities are also, let's see how much it would be. 1%, even not 1% of the population, which would mean 1% would mean 1 million. We don't have 1 million terrorists or anything. So people are going to see that, look here, this country, even though not having all the comforts or luxuries of the West, but these people, this broad chunk of humanity is retaining its values, because that would be very important, that we must retain our own values. And if we can able to run, then people would say, look here, they are developing but also retaining their values, because I think people in the West and elsewhere have lost their moorings.
Oh, they have. Okay, all right. Would you like to explain a little bit on that?
Yeah, for example, I think attitude towards the elders, senior citizens, our parents, let's see, parents getting old. Here, any child who does not keep his parents in his home if they are wanting to, will be looked down upon. People say, how can he say that? His son or his daughter are here and they are still in the old home. So there is an attitude. There, as soon as they put them in the
right.
So I think
at the same time, we are seeing an emergence of senior citizen homes and old people's homes coming up.
Yes. This again is a little bit city phenomena.
Yeah,
it's not really.
To what extent India's fault lines like caste, region, religion and class will be a limiting factor in its rise to superpower?
Yes, I think caste is a big curse. Hindu society has not been able to do anything about it. And it has been there not now. I'm talking of centuries. It's there. And now you're thinking of quotas and things like that. This is a very, very belittling kind of thing. I agree with you.
Even Gandhi had said that, Mahatma Gandhi had said that caste should not go away because it is the pillar of Hinduism.
No, he may have interpreted in a different way, but he was very much against caste.
Right.
Because I remember when I came from Pakistan and went to see him and hear him, he said two things. He said, okay, if you do not demolish caste, this society cannot go on. And if you do not demolish this communalism, this country wouldn't go far.
Okay.
So these are two important.
Okay, so
I think caste, definitely. Poverty we can lick. Religion we have, there are parties which are getting to these kind of interests because it's a vote bank and they do that. But it is appealing less and less to the people. If today you were to say that you can do something in Ayodhya and where Babri Masjid was demolished and so build a temple or something,
nobody's interested.
So there would be parties which will be trying to create cleavage on the basis of religion, but I think their appeal is lessening. And now you are talking of almost 20 years hence, much more. I'm saying there will be different issues which are beginning to take shape.
What are the worst or best case scenario for India in 2025?
The worst kind of scenario would be that if this growth continues to be confined to the top.
Okay.
Because if the base does not become very real, spread out and wide, that would be the worst. The best scenario would be if we see that the 250 million destitutes are also part of the society in the sense that they also have their share, they eat, so that they have shelter over their head. After all, Gandhi, when he won independence, he said we have won political independence, but we have yet to win political independence. So I hope in the next, say, 15, 20 years.
You mean economic independence? We have won political independence.
We just have to have that.
Okay. What are the worst or best case scenario between North, South and India, and what will be its implications, I mean globally? The worst
Well,
and the
it all
best.
depends upon the North.
Okay.
Because North, if does not now accommodate the South, there will be a cleavage. After, what is the North? North has built upon us, ourselves, imperialist, colonialist. They just have reduced us to poverty, and they have true, they have done also their own, but that is the basic. So they have to realize that, look here, now this distance can only be covered or lessened if they also begin to give, and give in a big way. After all, West America after the World War II had a Marshall Plan and built whole Europe. So why not some kind of Marshall Plan to build these Asian backward countries or societies, and they will give back to them the money because they don't have it. So technology, etc. What my feeling is that the West do not want the East to come closer to them, and there is some kind of prejudice of race, maybe white and black.
What do you think of the Iraq War? I mean, where is the Iraq War going, and how will it end?
Iraq War, everybody now knows it was an uncalled for war, and it was President Bush, some kind of session. Now I personally think the sooner the American forces leave that place, the better it will be. It may be some kind of disorder, but then they will settle down to something. So, but no country has any right to rule the other country, as Abraham Lincoln said.
Do you think when the Americans do you think it has had an impact on India, the war? Or
it has an impact in the sense that America has become more unpopular.
Okay.
Because America has been associated here with liberal kind of thing. So peace, liberty and democracy, all these things. So when these things happen, so people say, oh my God, America has also become now one of those imperialist states.
What kind of relationship do you see between India and Pakistan in 2025? And what do you think will be the shape of South Asia?
Well, between India and Pakistan, my feeling is the relations will improve, no doubt, but it will not go to that extent which it should until the whole region becomes a common market. And there I think India has to play a role, in the sense that India is a developed country compared to these countries.
Right.
I mean, we may be developing country compared to the West, but we are not a developed country. So if we are a developed country, we have to see that these countries also come up. We have to see that we transfer technology, capital, all these things, so that they come. And so when this thing comes, after India has to gain also in this one, it's one market. Otherwise, so I do hope that by 2025, this will be one market, one currency, one passport, and people will be living somewhere, but they will be proud of being called South Asian instead of Pakistanis and Hindustanis, or Muslims, or Hindus, or Sikhs. So that will be a new entity.
Do you think that the problem of Kashmir will be solved by then?
Oh yes, because it will be part after, when you have a whole thing from Afghanistan to Burma, so Kashmir will also be part of it.
Right. You have played a pretty pivotal role in India-Pakistan relations. Tell us something that you haven't told anybody about India-Pakistan. I mean, your maybe some personal experience with General Musharraf or Zia or Benazir Bhutto, something that you haven't said.
I recall